Good morning everyone. It is 6:30. I'm heading to the gym and I want to share with you today some of the healthy habits that I've been keeping up this year that have been making me feel amazing, and I'll share them with you today. It's very early. I woke up at around 6:15 and it was with my Lumi alarm. Such a relaxing way to wake up. The light on the alarm clock wakes you up and I've got it set with a robin, so it just feels very natural and lovely. And then I also laid my clothes out. This is something I started doing recently because in the mornings I'm just so tired. I just don't have the brain capacity and it makes things a little quicker. So I had my clothes laid out the night before, I got my drink ready, and I'm heading to the gym. And today I think is a leg day. Hello, I just got out of the gym and I was doing a leg day like I mentioned. I tried to film some bits, it was incredibly embarrassing, it was very busy, so I didn't really film my whole workout and the angles are probably horrendous. I'm definitely not a fitness influencer. I wanted to show you what I did today. So I use the app Tone and Sculpt. I'm a full paying customer. I've never received any gifting or anything from them. I'm not affiliated with them anyway. I just really like Chrissy Chella as an influencer, and she's a really positive fitness influencer and she talks about her app a lot, and I thought I'll give it a go. And that was like a year ago and I have used it consistently since then and I absolutely love it. So this is how it works. So this is the workout that I just finished. So they always give you a warm-up, which is really important, and I've tried other fitness apps where they don't do that and it's a bit like, well, what about the warm-up? And then you have a workout, and usually it starts with some main compound lifts and then some supersets and some sort of isolation exercises. Often there's a burner and then there's a stretch and recover. And I just really enjoy the sort of layout of the workouts, the fact that there's a warm-up and a stretch and recover, which I just feel like lots of people leave out, and I used to leave out, and the way it's sort of focusing on the compound lifting and then lots of different things. There's always different things going on. So, and when you click on the app, it always shows you a video of what you're doing. So if you're new to exercise, you're not sure what it is, most of the exercises I am familiar with, but sometimes there's something I'm like, oh, I've not done that before, and then it shows you a video, which is very helpful, like the cable stiff leg deadlift. I don't know if I've done that before. If I have, maybe I've done it once, so it's quite nice to have a video to reference. And you can also add in your weights that you're lifting. Given I actually don't use that very much, I have it all listed out on my phone because I find that easier to access. Today was glutes and hamstrings, so we did deadlifts, we did cable pull through, more cable deadlifts, bench dumbbell split squats, stiff leg deadlifts. They're really hard to say. Stiff leg deadlifts, leg abductions, that kind of thing. And I am absolutely dead. So I'm going to go home and have my breakfast and get ready for the day. Hello? Are you waiting for me? Are you waiting for me to come home? What a good girl. Hello. Frankie. Right, we're home. I'm gonna jump in the shower and then I'm gonna do my skincare. Hygiene is the first thing that gets slacked on for me personally when I feel low. Sometimes if I get a bit sad or anxious, I literally forget to do my skincare, forget to shower. And I know that some people will be like, ew, that's gross, but I really hope there are people out there who understand what I'm talking about. Like, your basic needs go out the window. So it's really important for me to remind myself by having habits that are attached to other habits. So because I have this routine, it's like I went to the gym, so I come home, I do my skincare and I have a shower, and it's like a habit attached to another habit. Whereas if I don't have that routine and I'm having a bad day, I will quite literally just get out of bed, be in my pajamas, just change my clothes and just forget, and then I feel crap. So I'm gonna get in the shower, I'm gonna do my skincare and get going, and I really recommend attaching habits to other habits to ensure that you keep them up. Sunlight, and you hold me as I breathe. Skincare is done. I've been using this SPF recently. I'll link the products down below if you want to know which ones I used just now, but this is the Divines or Divines Conscious Sunscreen SPF 30. I was using the ultraviolet one before, but that just ran out, so I'm trying this one, which is good. I think SPF 30 at this time of year is fine because it's not really very sunny, but I would use SPF 50 in the summer. My skincare routine, I know I talk about it a lot. I even brought it up in bloody therapy the other day. It really does. It's something so simple, and maybe you have something so simple, a healthy habit that just is like the thing that you look forward to and makes you feel really good. It's like if I do my skincare routine, I'm gonna have a good day. It relaxes me. I find I don't know, if you can find one thing that is a direct representation of you taking care of yourself, then that's a good habit to keep. So I'm gonna do my skincare. I've done my skincare. Oh yeah, this was the SPF I used. It's still in my drawer. I need to throw that in the bin. This is my favourite SPF I've ever used. I absolutely love it. But I'm gonna get on with my makeup now, and I like to watch a nice little YouTube video whilst I do that. Because even though I'm a YouTuber, I still adore YouTube like I have done for about 15 years. Back dignity, time and time again I relapse, but love has never left me. Perhaps I should have found a way to pay it back. But forget what you take, only take enough to swallow the pain. Drown the pain until it all wash away. From the night to the day you dream, you forget my mistake. It becomes another habit to break. I'll replay it till the guilt turns to shame. Shout out to this product because I'm going to be very sad when it finishes. This is Skin Proud's Refresher Hydrating Face Mist. I love a face mist, and I use this every morning before the gym because it just smells delicious and it wakes me up. And I always put it on after my makeup. I absolutely love it. It's one of the best face mists I've ever tried. I also really like that Sukin one from this morning. And what's the other one that I love? I've completely forgot. It's the Biosense. They also have an incredible. I was going to say incredible and amazing. They also have an amazing face mist. But I'm going to go downstairs now and make my breakfast. Any of you who watch me enough should know that that's a rare occurrence for me. I never do any laundry because it's Alex's job. I like to keep my little porridge station of bits on the side as a reminder, a visual reminder, because this is another habit. As I am 30 now, I notice things about myself, and one of the things that when things are out of my view, I forget about them. So I'll come downstairs in the morning and I'll go, what am I having for breakfast? I don't know what I'm gonna have for breakfast. Yet when I have the porridge right there, it gets me into a routine of having the same breakfast every day, which just solves a lot of just having to think of stuff in the morning. If you can make it simpler in the morning for yourself, then just do it and just stick to a routine so you don't have to think. I know that I like this meal, I can change it up a bit each time, and it satisfies me and it keeps it simple. So every morning I have my porridge oats. I've got this little container, which again is another little hack to make things simpler. It's basically a mixture of chia seeds, hemp seeds and flax seeds. So I can sprinkle that into my porridge, because if you're vegan, it's important to try and get omegas. And then I've got my cinnamon out, and these apothecary jars are so beautiful. They're from Kushi Home. I've got my maple syrup and peanut butter in the cupboard below, and I'll use whatever fruits we have that week. And it just makes it a lot easier. Let me know in the comments if you're the same when things aren't in view. It makes things a lot harder. I've been really sticking at my supplements as well, because I was not before. So I've got these fight vitamins. These are support immunity, and they've got vitamin A, D, E, K, C, niacin, B6, folic acid, B12, biotin and zinc. So I've got so many of your bases covered. And then I take the My Vegan Vegan Omega, which is 250 milligrams of DHA and 125 of EPA. And then something that I got sent from Holland & Barrett was turmeric with black pepper. And a friend of mine had been taking turmeric shots, and she had said that she had been recommended it and she thought it was a good thing to do for her immunity and stuff. So please tell me in the comments down below what it does, because I'm taking it because it's sent to me and my friend said it was good for you. So I usually sit at my window seat, but the builders are working right outside the window today, and I feel like that would be a little bit awkward, so I'm going to sit at the table like a proper person. I am going to try and read a little bit of this book. This is Hearticulations by Jeff Brown. I've been sharing it a little bit on my stories, but basically it's just like a page of advice or philosophies or viewpoints. The one I had yesterday was so interesting and all about being busy and how we're forced because of consumerism to always be doing more. The further we are from our intuitive knowing, the more easily manipulated we are, and the more likely we are to make decisions and affix to goals that don't serve our healing and transformation. To combat this, we have to form the conscious intention to prioritise our inner lives, to notice our breath, our bodies, our feelings, to step back from the fires of overwhelm and remember ourselves. It may feel counterintuitive in a culture that is speed addicted, but the slower we move, the faster we return home. And I just thought that was so beautiful. So I've been trying to read these in the mornings. It is a habit that I have not mastered, and reading is difficult for me. It's my next focus. I've really maintained my gym routine, my eating routine, my supplements, lots of other things have gone really well, and I actually think later on today I might actually go get my book where I wrote all my intentions in and sort of look through them and see where I'm at. But the thing I'm working on now is, I'll talk about it later, but it's reading. And this is a good way to do it, just to sort of have a book that has just little excerpts, so you don't actually have to read a lot. You could just read a page or so and reflect. So that's what I'm gonna do. I like to put music on in the morning to make me feel relaxed. I'm the sort of person who always has music playing. Makes me feel just happy. So I'm gonna put on some Jordan Reiki and read my book and eat my breakfast. I'm gonna have to read you this page because it's just very important, and it's a good message to take home when you're making changes or trying to get healthy habits. This has like humbled me. At some point on the journey, you may reach a point where you want to ease the throttle of transformation, not where you stop growing, but where you stop utilising your will to affect personal change. You're still growthful, but it's different. It's gentler and more about accepting what is than changing it. You reach a place where you are more embracing of who you are and of how far you've come, and you feel ready to work with what you've got. It's important to notice this moment if it arrives, because there is a real peace in that tender self-acceptance, and ironically, it may ignite the most profound change of all. And if that doesn't sell you the book, I don't know what will. So I've just washed up my porridge, and that's something that I have been trying to do more. It was another resolution, it was another goal we had for this year, to tidy up as we go, because we finished our kitchen, finished our living room, and both Alex and I naturally are a bit more messy, and we've actually turned it around for both of us as we've become adults. I'm sure lots of people are like this, where you like are really messy as a teenager, and then you become an adult and you have to be tidy, but it's also not natural to you. We're both like scatty, disorganized, naturally people, which is why I am so into things like minimalism and organizing and decluttering, because it brings me a sense of calm into an otherwise chaotic brain. So doing things like washing up after I have my porridge is kind of a big deal because I used to just put it in the sink and deal with it later. Lunch would come around and then I'm like, oh, I've got a whole pile of washing up to do now. So it just is one tiny change that is making a big difference. And now I'm gonna go next door and go over my to-do list with Alex. This is something that is so important, and it has transformed my life. Having a Google Calendar that I time block at the beginning of the week and creating a calendar for my content once a month honestly has completely like 180'd my relationship with my job, and it has decreased my stress levels in ways I can't even communicate to you, because you don't see the behind the scenes of how much stuff goes on. And it has been just so incredible. And I really recommend, if you're self-employed especially, and if you're running a business, to have a Google Calendar, or if maybe you're studying at university, because I feel like there was similar sort of growing pains of having to juggle things and making sure you get everything done, because at my uni you'd have to read so much every week and write so many essays, and it would get on top of you. Get your Google Calendar and time block on a Monday. Do it with your friends or do it with people you work with. Basically on a Monday, Alex, me and my sister sit down and we go through all the different things for our week. So we go through YouTube content, Instagram content, branded content, if any of us need anything from the other one, our financial stuff, and we just go through it all, and recipe content, and plan it all out. And then after that meeting, I time block my entire week, so I know what tasks I'm doing and what day. Given a lot of days I move things around because things happen, and this job is quite like, you have to go with the flow, especially with brand deals, but it just has made such a huge difference to my well-being, and knowing that I know what I'm doing every day is wonderful. So instead of just doing a crappy old to-do list each day and thinking, what is it that I'm doing? I can reference something. I can look at my Google Calendar, I can look at my Trello, I can get a pen and paper, and I'm like, right, I know what I'm doing today because it's already planned out for me. I know what I've got to do, and it makes me more productive without me having to do much more. I do the same amount of work, but I get so much more done, and that is the goal. So yeah, I really recommend that, and it's a habit that is probably the biggest change in my life. Good evening, it's many hours later and I'm making myself dinner. I didn't vlog it because I forgot, honestly, and it's not what I eat in a day, but this is definitely another healthy habit that Alex and I have been really sticking to, is having a better meal plan and cooking from scratch. I know I cook from scratch in general, but we definitely slipped with more often during the week having like frozen food, so having like a pizza or having all plants or having I don't know, some burgers, and just very thrown together quick meals that weren't taking the time out for us to actually cook something. So this evening we're doing a stir fry, and there's so many vegetables in this, it's ridiculous. We've literally got broccoli, pak choy, red pepper, carrot, onion, ginger, garlic, edamame, did I say pepper? Mushrooms, and then these like kind of beef strips from Naked, is it Naked Glory? And then I've just got loads of soy sauce and lemon juice and apple cider vinegar and maple syrup. What else? I think that's it. And sriracha, oh, and chili. So there's just so much goodness in there. And then I'm gonna top it with some coriander and sesame seeds and a bit of lemon juice. And then we're gonna have some, I've got udon noodles in there too. So that is dinner. Another little thing that I've been doing recently, which really helps me out and helps just how my day runs, is tidying up as I go with cooking. Sometimes I'm so exhausted by the end of the day from working and being busy, sometimes even just being in the kitchen if I'm filming cooking videos, that I cook my food and I just don't bother doing the washing up as I go, which means that there's like 2 or 3 pans to wash up and then spatulas and chopping boards and all this stuff by the time it comes to the end of the meal, and then Alex has loads to wash up. So it's just my little way of helping out, and then the kitchen doesn't feel like a bomb site, which is a lot nicer. So we're gonna have dinner and then I'll do a quick sort of round up for the evening and settle in for bed. I'm so not used to vlogging this late into the evening because I just forget to pick the camera up. But now I'm going to make myself a cup of Pucker Relax tea. And then I'm gonna get myself a glass of water, take my makeup off. And by the time I've taken my makeup off, the tea, I can drink it, it's not too hot anymore. And then the most important healthy habit, the last one of the day, is leaving my phone downstairs. I have kept this up this year. And it is a game changer, honestly. If you have issues with going to bed early and waking up early, if you have issues with comparison, I'm trying to plug my phone in here, with comparison on social media, your screen time, you struggle to read or just you struggle to relax, leave your phone out the room. At first it feels really weird and you're like, how can I do this? I need to like have my phone with me, I need to check. We've got a landline phone, so that kind of covers my worries if anyone needs to get in touch, and I don't need my phone in the bedroom. Bedroom is a no phone zone, so phone staying down here, cup of tea, water, makeup off. I'm gonna get into bed, I'm gonna watch a YouTube video, and then I'm gonna switch off the TV, maybe read a bit of my book, and fall asleep nice and early. I'm gonna do a full night routine video for you soon, so you can see that. But I hope you enjoyed today's video, and definitely let me know in the comments any healthy habits that you have actually kept up this year, because I think it's really interesting to know, and any ones that you haven't kept up that you want to work on. My one is reading. That's one I really wanted to work on this year that I have struggled with still. So my new rule and my new goal is only watching one YouTube video or one episode of TV and switching it off. So I'm going to start with that this evening, and yeah, hope you enjoyed today's video. Make sure to subscribe and give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye. I realized I'm alone.